Good morning, everyone. There were a lot of people at that shelter, even more than I thought there might be, but it's all good. Talked to a retiree there out on his first backpacking trip since he retired. He was a little sore, he said. But there was a time change last night. I totally did not realize this. I usually wake up naturally, just wake up at 6:30 and get going. I woke up this morning, looked at looked at the time on my phone. It said 5:30. I'm like, oh, I get another hour of sleep. So I went back to sleep and I woke up again and it's all light out. I'm like, oh shoot, I slept in. But my phone said 6:30. So clearly we're on standard time now. And today I have a big decision to make. At the end of today, I'm going into a town to resupply. I'll go to Unicoi Gap and resupply at, I think I'll go up to Hiawassee, but Helen's also right there. And I'm just going to stay at a hostel. Might as well do one last hostel stay in town. But then I'm only 54 miles away from Springer, from the end of the trail. So my big decision is, do I spend 3 days and 2 nights on the trail? Or do I take it a little easier and spend 4 days and 3 nights on the trail to finish? Decisions. I think there's rain in the forecast too, so that doesn't help. Well, it's Sunday today. Let's sneak in a quick spiritual thought. In my old age, I've grown fond of trail running. It's something I do most every day, at least before my hike. It's easy. It became a habit. I just go and do it every day. It's great, keeps me in shape and all that. But what I found was, if I tried to push it, hit a certain number of miles per week, as I increased that, I'd hit a point where I'd hurt my right knee. And I'd have to take a month or so off, rest it, start again, slowly increase my miles, and then every time I'd increase it a little, not quite as far as the last time, and I'd hurt my knee. It even happened backpacking like that. So before my hike, and you probably saw how nervous I was if you watched all the videos at the very beginning of my hike, I decided I was going to bulletproof my knee. So I looked up all these exercises, and, well, long story short, what I found was my hip. The problem was my right hip. My right hip was really weak, really immobile, really tight, and that was what was causing my issue. So I started doing all these, to me, weird hip exercises and stretches that were very uncomfortable, very awkward, very strange, trying to get my hip to move naturally, but in ways it hadn't moved in many a year. So the key point with this part of the story is, by running, which was easy, by just defaulting and doing what was easy and neglecting other parts of my body, it actually came back and prevented me from running. Right? By running, I wasn't able to run. So if we take this as a metaphor, spiritually, are there parts of our spiritual lives that are like my running? Let's say going to church. Going to church is easy. I wake up Sunday, I go to church. Don't think about it. Easy, default, go to church. But if that's all we do, go to church, which is easy, are we neglecting other things in our spiritual lives, our spiritual hips? Maybe we're not praying. Maybe we're not studying our scriptures, serving our fellow man, because those are hard, those are awkward. It feels so strange to move my hip in that way. But then, by simply doing what's easy, say going to church, that may come back to bite us, like my running. By not exercising our spiritual hips, we may damage our running And then it may, at some point in the future, become hard to go to church. So anyways, point of the story is, what are your spiritual hips? What part of your spiritual life am I neglecting? And how can we fix that and keep our running strong and also keep our whole body strong spiritually? According to the weather forecast, today is supposed to be the nicest day of the week. This almost feels like sleet. Let's go! This is the top of Trey Mountain. Obviously no view here. There's other viewpoints here I've been to, but it's that little side trails that give you cool views. But obviously today we're not going to get much. But this does have these little tunnels you walk through. Kind of fun. And we're looking for fun things to do today. It's just cold and wet, but we're having fun. Ah, yes. From here, I think you can normally look out and see Yonah Mountain. Yonah has a nice distinct shape. We'll have to look at it some other day. That view back there, or lack of view, was from Rocky Mountain. I'm dropping down now into Unicoi Gap. I'm almost there. I'm going to go into town, resupply. I'm going to stay at the Green Dragon Hostel. Do one more hostel stay, why not? They won me over with the brand new beds and breakfast included. So we'll get a good breakfast and then hopefully get a good start tomorrow. I'm still waffling back and forth between 2 more nights or 3 more nights, but we'll see. Maybe I'll chat with my wife and make a decision. But thanks for watching, everyone. See you tomorrow. Well, now that we've come down out of the cloud, everything seems really beautiful.